Very good morning, cadets. Hope you are all doing well. We are in chapter number 10, that is political development in the 18th century. The political development, we already discussed about upcoming of various new kingdoms due to the fall of due to the fall of Mughals. Not only due to the fall of Mughals, but taking the advantage of the political scenario, several new kingdoms emerged during late 18th century. Out of the new kingdoms which emerged in the late 18th century, we already discussed about Nawab of Bengal, Nawab of Awadh, Nizams of Hyderabad. We also discussed about Sikh, and we also discussed about Maratha kingdom. In the Maratha kingdom, we also discussed about the principalities, or later the Marathas divided into 5 independent principalities. That also we discussed. Today let us discuss about the one more kingdom which emerged in the 18th century, that is the Jats. Like other states, the Jats consolidated their power during late 18th, 17th and 18th century. So the consolidation of power by the Jats took place in, what is the timeline? Timeline is late 17th and early 18th century. Under the leadership of Chauraman, they acquired the control over the territory situated in the west of city of Delhi. So where they concentrated their power? They concentrated power in the west city of Delhi, and by 1680s they had begun dominating the region between two imperial cities of Delhi and Agra. Now, why Delhi and Agra considered as imperial city? Because Delhi and Agra considered as the major power hubs of Mughal kingdom, because Mughals concentrated their entire power in Delhi and Agra. So Jats tried to dominate, control over these two imperial cities of Delhi and Agra. For a while they becoming virtual custodians of the city of Agra. The Jats were prosperous agriculturists, and the towns like Panipat, Balalbagh became more important trading centers in the areas dominated by them. Under Suraj Mal is a person, the kingdom of Bharatpur emerged as a strong state. So kingdom of Bharatpur emerged as a strong state under the leadership of Suraj Mal. And when Nadir Shah sacked Delhi in 1739, Nadir Shah, regarding Nadir Shah we studied in the previous classes. Nadir Shah is he was an invader who attacked and plundered the wealth of India. So Nadir Shah attacked Delhi in 1739. Many cities notable took refuge there. His son Jawahir Shah had 30,000 troops of his own and hired. Another 20,000 Marathas and 15,000 Sikh troops fight the Mughals. While Bharatpur fort was built in a fairly traditional style. At Dig, the Jat built an elaborate garden palace combining the style seen at Amber and Agra. You know very well, Agra is famous for Taj Mahal. So they copied, we studied about, if you remember cadets, we studied about the style of gardening of Mughals, that is called Char Bagh. The construction style of Mughal gardens, not only in Delhi, Agra as well as in Kashmir. Regarding that, the reference already we have seen in the earlier chapters. So Jats copied the style of palace or the garden style of construction. Its buildings were molded on architectural forms first associated with the royalty under Shah Jahan, figure 12 chapter 5 and figure 12 chapter 9. So let us see the image of this sports. Now you see 18th century palace complex at Dig, Bangla Dome on the assemble hall of the roof of the building. Now we studied about Bangla Dome in the previous chapter. Now you see this is a style of Bangla Dome style of construction. This is a Bangla Dome style of construction. This is arch style of construction. You can see this is the arch style of construction, generally copied by the Indo-Persian architecture. This dome is a style of Bangla style of construction, and you can see this notable construction. This is also very rare to see. So this is an example of a palace complex constructed during the time of Jat period. So with this topic, this chapter is completed. So there is a storyboard about French Revolution. French Revolution, regarding French Revolution, you will study in detail in class 9th and 10th. French Revolution is considered as triumph or victory over the kingship, that is Louis XVI, by the common man in France. French Revolution is known for upholding the greatest ideas of liberty, equality and fraternity. The idea of liberty, equality is the greatest contribution of French Revolution. Let us see what is given in this story. The French Revolution 1789 to 1794. The various state systems of 18th century India, the common people did not enjoy the right to participate in the affairs of the government. Now, what do you mean by common people right to participate in the affair of the government? Today, take for example, every adult citizen in India got a right to cast his vote. So that is there. But in olden days, that was not there. That's what it was always said, that there was no right to cast his vote, was not allowed, or people were not allowed to participate in the activities of the government. In the Western world means European world. In the Western world, this was the situation until late 18th century. So the situation of not allowing people to participate was not only seen in Asia, it was there even in the Western countries. The American Revolution of 1776 to 1781. Regarding American War of Independence also, you are going to study in the higher classes. The American Revolution, George W. Washington, American Revolution, considered as one of the first revolution or war against imperial forces of British. As British controlled India, same way British also controlled the 13 colonies of America. The 13 colonies of America fought against British imperialism, that is called American War of Independence. What is the time period? Time period is 1776 to 1781. The French Revolution challenged the social and political privileges enjoyed by the aristocrats. So, what French, let it be French or American Revolution, both revolution is against the aristocrats or the rich or the upper class people of the society, that is called aristocrats. During the French Revolution, the middle classes, peasants and artisans fought against the special rights enjoyed by the clergy and nobility. Now, what is clergy and nobility? In India, we have Brahmins, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. That is the class. Like that, in France, those days there was a system called the caste system. Like caste system in India, social system in France were called as estates. First estate, second estate and third estate. Now, who were there in the upper class of the French society? That is, one is clergy. The second one is nobility. Clergy and nobility. Clergy means people who are associated with the church, like Pope and his people. Nobility, including ministers and kings and all, they were all part of nobility. Now, clergy and nobility in France, they were enjoying the privileges. Means they were not paying tax, but all facilities were given to them. Now, who were left? The leftover people were people belong to third estate. So, people belong to third estate, common people. They were peasants, farmers, middle class educated men. They were asked to pay the tax, but they were not enjoying freedom. That is the reason why the French Revolution started. They believed that no group in society should have privilege based on the birth. What is called privilege based on the birth? When you are saying that I am upper caste by birth, that means you are enjoying the privilege just because you are born in that particular caste. They say that rather people's social position must be depend on merit. So, what was the demand of the people? They say that just because you are born in a higher caste or upper class, you should not enjoy the benefit. Benefit should be enjoyed on the basis of merit. Merit means what is your qualification to enjoy that. That is called based on the merit. Philosophers of the French Revolution suggested that there will be equal law and opportunity for all. So the people's interest of equality was supported by philosophers. Who are the philosophers of those days? Rousseau, John Locke, Thomas Hobbes. They were all supported the ideas of common man. They also held the authority of the government should come from the people, who must possess the right to participate in the affairs. Movements such as the French and American Revolution gradually transformed into the subject. The ideas of citizenship, nation state, democratic rights took root in India from the late 18th century. So, what is benefit or what we received from French Revolution? That is, one is citizenship, second is nation state and the democratic rights. So today we say fundamental rights, human rights, civil rights, democratic rights. Today we call India as a nation. India is a nation from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, or we are the citizens of this country. All these ideas are taken from the American and French Revolution. That is the importance of French Revolution that we will study in the higher classes. An activity. Imagine you are ruler of an 18th century kingdom Tell us about the steps you would take to make your position strong in your province and what opposition or problems you might faced. Now imagine yourself as a ruler in the 18th century after the downfall of Mughal kingdoms. When you are king in the 18th century after downfall of Mughal kingdoms, then if you have a kingdom or an empire, small kingdom, then what step you will take to make your position, consolidate your position? That is what you have to imagine and write. So with this I completed this chapter. Let us quickly go through all the slides related to the chapter. We studied about the map 1 and map 2. We made a comparison between these two maps, that is map 1 and 2. Then we also studied in brief about the crisis of the empire and later Mughals. Problems, crisis in the Mughal empire after downfall of or after death of Aurangzeb. That is what we studied in this particular chapter. Then we also studied about Nadir Shah. Please go through once again, because Nadir Shah's attack is very important in the history of India, because that is responsible for downfall of several kingdoms in India and change the political scenario of India. Then we also studied about emergence of new emergence of new states. In the emergence of new states, we studied about Hyderabad, Nizams of Hyderabad, and we studied about the Awadh, kingdom of Awadh, and in detail we discussed about the kingdom of Bengal. Later we discussed about Jagirs and Rajputs, that is Watan Jagir and Rajput, how Rajput principalities responsible for the rise of a new system of taxation. Then we discussed about Sikh and very important Guru Gobind Singh, Khalsa Panth, and how Khalsa Panth under the leadership of Guru Gobind Singh took the initiation and leadership for protecting their religion against the atrocities by the foreign invasion. Then we also discussed about Marathas, taxation systems introduced by the Marathas, and how later Marathas consolidated their empire. After downfall of Maratha kings, how Peshwas controlled the administration. All those things we discussed in a very detailed manner. Please remember these 5: Peshwas of Pune, Scindias of Gwalior, Gaikwads of Baroda, Bhonsles of Nagpur, and Holkars of Indore. Please remember those things. Then in this topic only we discuss about Jats, how Jats consolidate their power and how it's very very important in the history of India. Then we also discussed about French Revolution, how French Revolution, just a brief discussion about French Revolution. You will study in very very detailed manner in the higher classes related to the French Revolution, and because it's very very important topic, French Revolution, American War of Independence. In the next class we will discuss about question and answers related to this particular chapter. Cadets, please write down all the important points underlined or highlighted during the course of explanation to you. Write down notes, because many cadets they are posting the pictures about the completion of their exercise part. Few are not doing. those are not done, please do at the earliest. Okay, thank you. Wish you a wonderful day. Thank you very much.